Well, first I'm gonna complain for you about the movie. Yeah, it's so good. Well, you buy me the effects to make everything look great. It's noon and the sun is in the wrong places, making Glitter City. But so that's not what we're having here. Let's see. This would I would say it's a follow up to what I had before, to what I wanted to complain about when I made my tirade about the dark hilarity of seeing how they can extort money off of Tumblr people because of that alleged anon raid of 2014. But yeah. So apparently it all came to be somewhat fake. Blah, 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 blah. I guess somebody wanted to get all the attention from Leela Alcorn dying by pretending to be bullied and commit suicide, setting off possibly all the people in the supernatural fandom to follow through or pretend that they committed suicide. Um, yeah, uh, which I don't know, to tell people, hey, I'm not going to target these list of people and you give me the money. Sleep soundly. It could never happen. So when I made that, I was just going to go on a tirade on how when you get people that are fakers like that we should really make a movie about some kind of lying, I guess, mentally ill teenager that spent a good deal of time fabricating an entire life. And I guess also ultimately being bullied for it, which then it turns out that it never was. That too is possibly mostly fake. I mean, if I want to really make it be like, you can't feel sorry for the kid, ever have like the very few things that maybe she was honest about would be a little tasteless. Like, I don't know, maybe she's getting that she writes like gore, snuff, torture porn stories involving cartoon children or something. But so how there's the problematic movie idea. So how would I go about it? First of all, you know, considering it's going to come out being like it was an entire dream all along, twist ending that I'm guessing the whole movie should be played out like you think it really is happening, because you just can't make the whole thing like you're reading deviant art journals and Tumblr blogs and torrents of Facebook posts. Um, so I guess like you would have events happen and create like a cycle, a daily cycle. Uh, what's the word I want? Event cycle. Things happen and then she goes back and there's blah blah blah, type. Your screen fades to simulate she slept through the night. And then all the things happen again, and there's maybe going to be a lot of voiceovers. This kind of much better in my mind, thinking on how to rant about this, minus this here. Uh, I can't really do something like that on my own because I would have to do so much research on how to have all these things faked. Plus, I would kind of maybe like to have I would need the money for royalties to mention things that are copyrighted. Like, I don't know, maybe she had an episode and filmed herself, or she had one of those, vinyl figurine of a character. Maybe she kind of was clever and combined it with a vibrator, and she put the video online and people found out, and so then the school was wildfire with picking on her for it, which would be the only thing that maybe did happen. Otherwise, she'd be, lying about things. Uh, I would have to either learn how to write like medical things, so she can have misadventures in health, and you could see that when you're watching it and know whoever wrote it did do the research, or maybe not. Maybe it doesn't matter. Apparently, you could be put into a medically induced coma and for a couple hours for pain related reasons and come out of, and it's easy to take you out of it, and you could be all fine and dandy a couple hours later. um I've got to look into the whole other things, like if you really could slash it. That's what happened to one of the Tumblr people. Apparently she had stuff happen to her, and she has a medical condition that she can feel that it's cold outside, but her body doesn't know how to react to it properly. So the girl took 10 sleeping pills, and she went to have a nap in the snow to kill herself. And she fell asleep pretty quickly, but they found her, and it was a big whole thing. They get her healthy again. Which apparently, too, coming out of a medically induced coma, you're like fighting strong. Other people I've seen when they're depressive, suicide attempts, or you can slash at your windpipe with a butcher knife and come out fine. One of the people in their suicide attempts, they went on about that although they said they were hacked, that they had their carotid artery cut, and they found out just fine. I don't even know if this is recording sound. I can't really do this. I can't think. And it's not just because of this. But I wouldn't know how to go about it, and just the fact that I wouldn't know how to, even if I did make it, how to sell the pitch, considering people might be like. But you see these events, and a lot of people that when I get wind of these things that happen, they're very loving and supportive. All the Super Side 14, the whole like a whole bunch of the cast of Supernatural, like really gotten back to these people. If this all wasn't a sham, I wonder how they're gonna take it. They're probably gonna feel betrayed, like everyone that cared. And then I'm gonna be here like, you know what, this is awesome. Because maybe they'll help me make the movie. Like, I like your thing. I really should watch all the things you're in. So then I could say I love you as people, but hey, make my movie! Isn't it awesome? It's all about a girl that fakes so much drama and so much. This is about a girl with mental illnesses and her struggles with mean people online, and her struggles are mainly some twisted, mentally ill kid with Munchausen's by internet, and how as he struggles to deal with people, skeptical people beating her down, and all the emotional manipulation and pain she causes with people that she's duping, and her multiple pseudo sides. Um, that she'll maybe even make it so people even give this person real things. I just would have to research real cases where these things have happened, so I can make it realistic. And just like, hey, this is an issue that has to be addressed. Why else would I come saying we should have a movie about it? And just I needed some endorsements. Although I probably should watch the movie Cyberbully, just to get an idea of how to do it. But again, like I said, It's got to be made in a way that to look real. But how do you really like create something where all the drama is happening on the internet? Just hate this. I always have my webcam on, hitting the thing and telling it not to mirror. But this is really my right side. But if I am I forget it. How do I do that? Unless it's been done already. You know that I don't know. Maybe some people do have just wrong runs of bad luck to Actually, okay. So the girl told me that I saw a different person on DeviantArt, Bargain Sexual or whatever her name is, the one that had an episode and she took a Mike Myers knife to her windpipe again. It took her like 2 weeks. She's fine. She's friends updating. Jessica's not doing good. They think she might die, and then 2 weeks later, the girl's back on DeviantArt, bitching at her fake friends. Like, you people are ungrateful. I spent £500 buying all you guys premium DeviantArt account. No, I read the shit that this girl's going on about. So she writes some couple interesting stories. The lexicons she uses there in her short rants are very different. It just I go through all her things, and she's like going on these tirades about her fake friends and like, oh, you really don't like me, do you? Blah. And then I'm like, what the hell? No wonder why someone told you to go kill yourself. The things you're saying make you look like a horrible person. I would do it too. And people spend their time and you try to support the chick and like, oh, I'm here for you, it's okay, and all their life drama, and then but she turns around like, it's not good enough. I would tell you to go put a knife through your face too, you bitch. Uh, let's see, things that happened. So what happened, her dad was murdered 2 years. Prior to her mother and herself, they were in a car wreck. She shot her, she completely messed up her legs. Then like a month or a couple weeks after that, the mom gets diagnosed with stage 4 or 3 ovarian cancer. I don't really know much about cancer, but the hypochondriac in me is like, don't you notice if you're starting to get sick about something? I mean, if I eat like 50 of these and I feel tired, I'm like, oh my god, I have pre-diabetes. I need help me, Chicken Little time. Whoa, this guy is falling. Oh really? I ate 2 toaster strudels and I took like an hour-long nap. So I don't know. I assume cancer can sneak up on you like that. The girl's mom lived for like 3 months after that and dies of a brain clot. And she's saying that she doesn't have. I swear she updated something about her brother abusing her, and then all of a sudden she gets all this hate, and people are like giving her death threats and showing up at her house, giving her death threats. Um, and then she took a butcher knife to her trachea and slashed, and they got her to the hospital just in time. And she's gonna have surgery soon on her neck to fix it up. And apparently, when she was coming out of her coma, she holds her friend's hand and she squeezes really hard. That's a fighter, let me tell you. That kid's got spunk. After like being out with like a low heart rate and everything for like a week, and to slowly come out of it and be like really squeezing your friend's hand to think that like, wow, this hurts. And then be like having a fighting spirit like a couple days later. I don't know what the hell that is. Maybe cutting your throat and Not dying is a lot different than like having major neck and back surgery. And I don't know how much blood I lost, but it was a good amount apparently. Uh, it's a lot different. You know, when I was coming out of my thing, I was like, I don't know how long they said it was. I was kind of wackadoodle for a couple of days, like coming out of surgery and hallucinating. Not too much, just like, why is your hair purple? My hair's not purple. Yes, it is! Or, yeah, so I don't really believe some of their stories. Uh, like with the Tumblr people, which apparently, everything came from the inside, which again would be even sadder. Uh, hey, I don't know, maybe some people, they like these things, and now I'm thinking that the supernatural fandom wants a monster, and they get a monster, and they get the cast to play hero and have their back, so it's kind of like role play, I guess. And if it did come from inside, then I don't know. Your family's got a couple of black and blue sheep there. And if I'm ever gonna play dark, you people don't. That too. So it's hard to go and look at these people. Uh, well, actually, this has nothing to do with my movie. So yeah, well, if I do that movie plan, I would need the tainting of listing things that are, intellectual property. Because it'd be very hard and extra copyright. Could pretend that there are fictional things like have if I can't get My Little Pony, then I'll have to go and make up something like is Sparkle Dog Show, and even then I might as well just go and make it like a magic girl genre anime with the Sparkle Dogs instead of My Little Ponies, and I don't know what else I can get pretend that exists that's like Doctor Who, but not because apparently, the Super Hula fandom is very easy to kill, which I'm sure it is. I'm sure I could find some. I think they call it Weecest, that when people are writing smut of Sam and Dean being lovers, but as children. You people are really gonna cry yourselves to death if I go and call them as, names. Like, you are a twisted person. Up the nose with a garden hose with you. No, they should be punished. We don't do that. Especially when they're like, I have triggers. I have triggers and triggers and triggers, and oh my god, but look at all the kitty gay porn I'm writing. Triggers! No. Especially that, you people. I'm gonna hunt you down. And if you are like super rape trigger, but all you write is like very rapey fan fiction, you want to be trolled. You want to be head raped in text over the internet. I know you do. You are sick and you are masochistic and then you want the attention. And sometimes you people might want it so bad. And when you don't get it, you have to do it yourself. And then what? And then you get a real person doing it and you're crying all over the place, floundering. And people are like, this is wrong. And then I'd be like, no, it's not. You want it. You're feeding the birds. So that's what my movie might be about. It's like a little cry wolf. The fictional girl maybe in the end eventually, gets real drama hate. Um, and ignores the people that try to help her and give her suggestions like, I too. That person is getting anonymous hate on Tumblr. They have not updated or responded in 8 hours about something. Golly gee, all their friends are telling them, step away, blah 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 blah, calm down, do something you like, something you enjoy. For Christ's sakes, they don't want it. They want that attention and that limelight. What if the person that hasn't updated in a day is that's what they're doing? They're saying, you know what? They're right. I'm gonna calm down. I'm gonna step away from Tumblr. I'm gonna spend some time with my family, not my internet family, which because I'm 13 and have mental issues, I go on and on and on and on about how much they suck and how much I hate them. But and that my internet people are a lot better because they understand me and my obsessions. Uh, or oh yeah, sure, I'm going to go off for Tumblr for 10 hours and paint. Maybe they're doing that. Um, and I don't know. Should I do that in my movie? Considering that the girl doing this is just dark other kind of mental illnesses, and she's rather spend her time pretending to have a go at herself. I don't know, but I can't think. Everything's always jumbled in my head, and when I start looking at myself on the webcam, I tense up, and I also just want to go and like make faces. I have a super serious pitch for a movie. Arr. I can't help it. It's so fun. Um, yeah. So the movie might be called like maybe Little Lamb Lost because a cute little baby sheep that's all alone. Help me, help me. Or that the fantasy fake dies at the, or maybe real dies. I don't know. I gotta write the kid to be such a deplorable way that nobody gives a damn if she does like smother herself in juices and crawl to the lion pit at the local zoo. That's kind of, I don't know. That's a hilarious way to kill a teenage psychodrama whore in a movie. Yeah, I'm looking at you, feminist. You tell me. If you were to do it, you go back, go against everything you, you, you do. What is the best way to get rid of this person? Besides, maybe you'll have her I don't know. Maybe you'll have her commit a real crime, and the movie ends. Bump. Jail cell. Or I don't know. Maybe little angel lost or something. Because even probably somebody that got bullied to death because they put a puppy in a microwave. You go on Facebook and everyone's gonna be like, "Heaven has another angel," and I'd be like, "Dude, what the hell? This kid microwaved a puppy." And you're crying because I let a bunch of psychopaths to what do they call it? 68er? That's 60 86er? No. She's in hell being microwaved by dogs if there is a microwave hell. Uh how do I go and get the creative crazy to make an entire motion picture against about that inverted dark triad and artfully do it so you know, but you don't know, and you're looking at it. And you might be watching it and you might be like, this situation seems a little surreal. I don't really think things like that can happen the way that they are. Like I don't know, the whole hospital thing. I gotta run around and ask many hospitals if they let teenagers into the ICU, but they're teenager friends. Apparently, some ICUs will let anybody in, and in some hospitals, you can only go in and visit people if you're family. And I'm kind of skeptical that I don't know that they let these happen. Like 14-year-old, like overnight with their friend in ICU. I don't know. That doesn't sound like that works very well. I mean, maybe I have to go. I don't know. I just if you spent this long and you uh, watch this, I'm probably gonna just put it in the comments anyway. If you're in a medical profession, you could tell me if they allow that or not. maybe if like, well, look, Susie's not gonna make it. Do you want to go and tell her goodbye? Uh, so I got that. I've got, and I really don't know what I have. It's just so discombobulated up there that I would need a think tank of professionals to make this. But it'll be great, I think. And then, people like, and if it's not, like, we wished and we hoped and we prayed for more women in the movie industry. And what do we have? A psycho chick writing a movie about a girl who fakes drama and pain and fake suicides multiple times over the internet. And no, we wanted something better. And I'll tell them, let's be glad I didn't go and make something like movie 43, but raunchier. And they'd be like, yeah, I'm a woman and I made a super duper raunchy, gross out movie. And I feel great about it. Screw that femininity. I ain't being no ladylike thing. If I want to make something all super gross out like I'm a gutter minded 12-year-old boy, then go have it. Yeah, I don't know how to make one of those. So, if I were really to be serious about this, I would have to go so undercover. Like, I would have to spend a good deal of time doing it. And even then, I need help. Because I can't do the research and pretend I know everything about, like, particular bands. So that person will have to handle doing that aspect of the character. So we can make our little girl, like, look, or not maybe little. We can make our teenager, look like they're true about being obsessed about, I don't know, My Chemical Romance, and maybe she gets bullied because she writes porn about the people involved, the the professionals, the band, and that's sad, right? You don't make someone feel bad because they write real people porn. I just think it's deplorable, especially if you say you love somebody. I love so and so. I almost worship them. But I will go and like to pretend that they are sexually involved with other people that are their best friends and coworkers, even though I know they have a family and I love their kids and their wife. I just like to be creative and drawing them as lovers, 'cause they should have been. And then all fans like me will be like, you are sick, type, type, type. No wonder why they make fun of you, type, type, type. Stop crying about the hate, type, type, type. You deserved it, type, type, type. Does mommy know what you're doing? Do they? Or are you going to be able to cry to them and go, oh, I have a confession. Want to read my art? No. So I don't know. Maybe my fictional girl can do that too. I'll just have to go and, again, look at other cases and collect all the screen captures of dramas. But, too, I'm told, hey, those people have a lot of problems too. And if they're that desperate for attention, you give them that attention. And in a positive way. You don't, play back with them like, yeah, all right, you want to do this. You'll play injured, I play things. And I go here, and it's my part, then you'll go and type your ouch, ouch, and then I'll go and pretend I take stabs at you, and then you could go, help, I'm gonna die. Oh no, they made fun of my giant snosh because it is huge, and I'm self-conscious about my nose, and they called me elephant. Whoa! Help! I'm getting hate. I'm gonna go and use hashtags that people normally use for, when a gay kid gets pummeled to death because my pain and suffering is much more worse than theirs. This is again, is that what the start of this? Some woman wanted attention because someone else died, and that's messed up. And that's what's gonna happen in my movie too. My kid is gonna have a bout of me. What about me? Pay attention to me. And that's what's gonna make her so lovable to the audience. That they're gonna be genuinely sad for this person when they find out that's so. You know, actually, how do I do that? Go back and forth between her, because the movie's got to be the fantasy, which he's making us believe. So, in the fantasy, you're going to see her being abused by her family. But in reality, when it's all over and you realize that she's just sobbing in front of the computer and, I don't know, going to a guidance counselor and this and that, then you're going to see that then maybe you will see she just has it in her head that's not good enough. That she blew everything at a proportion. And then, I don't know, you gotta stop crying for the kid. This is why people have scripts. Even if I write scripts for these things, it's still going to look like this. Because that's what happens in my head. And I talk, it's like, message commence. Yes. Let us communicate. Thought processing. Write down. Speak. And that's why you get all messes. So writing a script, I'm not going to be able to follow it. Which probably says, I'm never going to be able to write movies. And it's all like jumbled up in my head, like. I can't do it. and transmission.